Greetings. I don't ever know how to start these fucking videos off. What's up, YouTube? Hey guys, welcome to ADELPHOS. Hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe. I don't know how to start this shit off. What's up? What's good? Thanks for watching. Attempted to do a little Q&A video here. Put out a poll on my Instagram story. If you want to shoot a question out for me for the next one that I do, make sure you follow ADELPHOS.club on Instagram. I repeat, ADELPHOS.club on Instagram. Follow it now. Okay, now to the questions. From Joshua Terrazas on Instagram. Oh wow. Oh wow, this guy's pretty good looking. Okay. Ladies, Josh Terrazas on Instagram. He asks, since ADELPHOS is about brotherhood, what does brotherhood mean to you? Well, so for me, my brothers are the people that I can kind of accept into an inner circle, so to speak, because we all have outer circles and inner circles. These are people that I've taken from acquaintances to close friends to brothers. And I mean brothers, because a brotherhood for me is ultimately extending your family outside of your bloodline. We got a stupid little dog barking outside. Sorry if you can hear that. So yeah, the word friendship kind of comes from a and I might not be 100% accurate here, but you get the idea. It comes from back when people used to make blood covenants with each other. Two men would create a covenant between each other, and this is where, you know, kind of the thing where you slice your palms and do the handshake comes from, that kind of occult shit. And you know, these would be like the leaders. These men would be the leaders of wherever they were from, their tribe, their town, their settlement. These were usually the guys making these covenants with the other leaders from other tribes or settlements, what have you. You know, just to band together, come to an agreement to look after one another and help each other and ensure the survival of their family, because, you know, back then, it's not like they just needed friends to cure their boredom and go get drunk with or stoned with. It was about survival. It was real. So this would signify that you 100% had each other's backs. 100%. So yeah, although this was a friendship, this covenant, if one party were to kind of not hold up his end of the deal, or you know, kind of tread on the other person in any way, it was punishable by death. That was the agreement. If I don't hold up my end of the deal, you know, you get to kill me. And that's kind of, I believe we need to start going back to that tradition. I'm just kidding. I'm not advocating for murder here, but some people do need to get punched in the jaw. So yeah, the main thing was like, yeah, you would help each other, look out for each other, you know, add each other's resources together, all the better, the more the merrier. But if one man were to die, the other man would hold up his end of the deal and look after that man's family. If that guy were to get killed in combat or die unexpectedly, and wasn't able to look after his own family. It was to ensure the survival of his own family. And just in case you didn't know, everybody has a blood covenant. Everybody has a blood covenant before they're even born, because that's what the death of Jesus signifies. That's why Jesus died for you. It's a blood covenant, whether you accept it or not. So I have my friends and I have my brothers, and I have a clear distinction between them. So my brothers are the guys who I have their back no matter what. And people who I just have my friends, it's not like I'm have any ulterior motives. I just have guys that I trust completely and can confide in, and I know they have my best interest in heart, and I have the same for them. And we don't have any blood covenants, but I'm not opposed to that. These are people that know me the best, and you got to be careful. You got to be careful with who you confide in. You have to be very selective with the people that you trust and you open up to, because most people will use that information to manipulate you and use it against you or hold it over your head once you do something that they don't like. Those people are out of here. Get them out of here. So you need to have a clear understanding amongst your friends what is tolerable and what is not tolerable. That's the thing. Most friendships nowadays aren't principled. People are just hanging out, choosing their friends based on who they can just get along with. Sometimes, just people who they can just simply tolerate because their standards are low for themselves, so they don't have standards. They can't have standards for other people if they don't even have standards for themselves. So, they just settle for shitty friends, and most of the time it's like the friends that just want to be around you to get fucked up are not your friends. They're not your friends. So once you start doing things for yourself, doing what's best for you, putting together goals and taking action, cutting out bad habits, and getting really focused and dialed in and serious about your life and your improvement, your fake friends will expose themselves. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. They will just expose themselves. Because for you to be aspiring to be better, the people that don't aspire to be better, they subconsciously know that they're not going to be able to stay with you, and you're going to get to a point where you can't give them their time and attention. And they don't want that, because misery loves company. So they will do things, very subtle things, to undermine you. And to simply put it, they're not going to be helping you because they don't want you to leave them. But at the same time, they don't want to grow. They want you to stay. They want you to stay where they are because it's too hard. And you improving, you growing as a person makes them insecure because they don't have those aspirations. And it's usually just comes to jealousy and spitefulness. And once you start doing things that are good for you, these niche ideas and interests, and getting into more specialized knowledge and more healthier habits, people are going to try to make you feel like that's abnormal or that's weird, or just they'll try to make you feel insecure about doing things differently because what you're doing is making them insecure. Just laugh it off. Just laugh it off. Those are not your friends. As you get older, you'll be able to sniff this kind of manipulation out and treachery, earlier and earlier. You just have to keep yourself from becoming cynical and focus on the people that have not tried to take advantage of you. You have to get stabbed in the back a couple of times before you can build your snake goggles. And that's just life. You just have to approach all relationships this way. Just make sure that you know a person's values. You don't ignore patterns. you hold them to their word. Share your goals. Find out theirs. See how you can help each other reach those. And all relationships, besides the person whose balls you came out of and the other person whose womb you came out of, are conditional. All of them are somewhat transactional. Okay? And the thing is, you just have to focus on the ones that are mutually beneficial. You help you help them, they help you. You both have something to gain from it. That's adulthood. And even if I'm involved with somebody or friends with somebody who really doesn't have much to offer, but is actually reciprocating the ways that I'm trying to help them, and I'm not wasting my energy. My benefit is just helping that person. My benefit is simply helping that person. That's my gain. If you don't see things that way, you might be one of these Machiavellian types and you need to rethink things. You got to be able to weed these guys out. You got to be able to weed these types of guys out because most of you slack-jawed beta males would sell your friends out for a 5% chance to get a little crumb of pussy. They're selling people out for financial gain, but then there's treading on people for just to get laid. Like you have Dante's Inferno and the 7 degrees of sin, with treachery being at the bottom, and then you have people who are treacherous for pussy. If you're there, you're on the fucking ocean floor. You're a crustacean. If you ever consider that, if you ever consider giving up a friend for some sexual gratification, you are not a man. You need to get the shit slapped out of you. That's final. And then we all have these childhood friends that have survived into adulthood, and these are the most special. As you grow apart, as you have families and become your own man, you just have to remind yourself to cherish these things, because you will never be a kid again. There's something different about the relationships you create, once you're an adult. There's something different between those and the ones you make as a kid, and there's just an innocence out of there. It's completely non-transactional, because you're a kid. You don't know how the world works, and these relationships are pure, and the ones that survive into adulthood are to be cherished. And I've explained this to my friends, because you'll never be a kid again. You'll never be able to make childhood friends ever again. And the thing is, I have to ensure that my friends are building themselves up. I have to help them in any way that I can, because the quality of my life is somewhat dependent on their success in life too. Because if I get to where I go, if I get to where I want to go in life, and they're not there with me, or they're in a bad spot, I'm going to be pretty sad about it. Okay? So you have to be building your brothers up. You have to make sure that people are coming up with you. If you're trying to lone wolf life, you're going to be fucking miserable. And that's what ADELPHOS is about. That's what ADELPHOS is about, is to give people a place where they can find this brotherhood, whether you need support or whether you have support to give. That's the kind of place that we are trying to create here with ADELPHOS. And when you are creating a brotherhood, it's about accountability. It's a group of men that hold you accountable, push each other, have common values, common virtues, common interests, and common goals, and they're trying to help each other reach that. They know their strengths and their weaknesses, and they share that, and they put their resources together to create something larger that they could never do by themselves. That's what you have to have as a man, or you're not going to get very far. And that's what we're trying to do at ADELPHOS. So much love. Thank you for the questions. Hit me up on Instagram next time if you got something that you would like me interested in my answer on. And that's it, man. But that's it. I appreciate everyone that has supported so far. I'm really excited for what we have planned. So yeah.